So I thought it was time to look at things that we might find around the house and be able to use for our railway. So please share, comment, like and subscribe. And here are just a few examples of what you can do with recyclable materials. Starting with polystyrene. This was the first thing that I worked with. Great for making stone walls. You can do so many different things with the stone walls. Retaining walls. Great for retaining walls, for bridges, anything related to that. Then you've got, of course, the tunnel arches. They're great for tunnel arches. Seriously, this material is amazing. You can use it for roadways, you can use it for bridges, you can use it for retaining walls. Then, of course, you can use it for large buildings, especially if you're working in HOO scale. And then, of course, you've got footpaths and garden paths. Then let's change. We looked here at coffee stirrers. Coffee stirrers, yeah, of course. Just cut them thinly. You can make garden fences out of them. These are ideal for OO gauge. Then you can build fences that you might find out in the countryside very easily. Then you can use it for creating things like pens. And then you've got, of course, the steel girders. It just needs a bit of grey paint on polystyrene. What about a coal stave? Ideal, just cut to size. Wooden buildings such as barns and farmhouses. And then, of course, you've got things like crossings, rail crossings, just cut to size, place on there, paint. And then, of course, things like footbridges, great with other materials that you're going to be able to pick up and I'll cover later. And then, of course, benches, again, OO scale, HO scale more than anything else. Toothpicks, balustrades for that footbridge, and then barbecue sticks, great for some forms of detail or gutters or downward pipes. Then what about sandpaper? Perfect. And then we've got things like sponge. Sponge is great for hedges, hedgerows. And then if you really shred it, you can make it into grass and you can make it into shrubs and you can make it into bushes. Tea leaves. Tea leaves are ideal for soil. You can make them for muddy roads and muddy footpaths. Absolutely great. Then we've got things like pumice stones, great for scree or for rock falls. Very easy to use. Cake box lids. What about using them on the platform to be able to protect people from the ailments? Then, of course, we've got things like toilet tissue paper, and that's great for making water and rivers. Then we have coloured stone. Coloured stones you can use for backdrops. Now, this was a good one. Yes, it was. Lipton tea bags, tea sleeves. Great for N-gauge houses, and this made in very easily and can be adapted to other buildings. I wonder what I'm going to be able to use this for. Bit of thought here. Yes, I know. Let's make it into some form of school type building with a bit of decoration around the outside and using those coffee stirrers. And then we've got the nice kitchen tissue rolls. And then what about cat litter? Cat litter makes ideal ballast. Then we've got the anti-slip flooring that you can get up from IKEA. And then what about the stickers? Self-adhesive stickers are great for road markings. Now, I hope you found this useful. Please share, comment, like and subscribe. Lots more to come. Thank you for your support.